The holidays are near, a time of love and celebration, and gifts too. Many people associate with tradition of giving gifts at Christmas time with the Magi. According to the Bible, the Magi were three men who traveled a great distance to give gifts to the baby Jesus. They are often called the wise men. Let us tell you a tale about some other gift givers. New York City, 2 days before Christmas, 1900. Della and Jim are a young married couple living in New York City.
What a splendid work that was.
Indeed it was, Della. Central Park at Christmas time is always so delightful.
What shall we do now?
Let's walk down Broadway and window shop.
But we haven't any money.
It costs nothing to look. Besides, we can dream, can we? Why, look here. Look at these scarves.
Oh, wouldn't I be lovely wearing one of those?
Don't be silly. You are lovely as you are.
And look at those combs. I've admired them forever. Pure tortoise shell. Imagine how they'd look in my hair.
Della, your hair is already so long and beautiful. Look, it's almost to your knees.
Do you think so, Jim? Do you really think it's beautiful?
I may be poor, Della, but I'm the luckiest man in all.
The next morning, Jim and Della's apartment. Jim and Della live in a shabby little one-room apartment, but Jim does have one possession he is proud of: his pocket watch.
I must be off to work.
Don't be home late, Jim.
I will put in my time and nothing more.
You look so sophisticated when you glance at your watch.
Do I? Even with this old zebra strap I use in place of a chain.
Who's to notice the strap when such a handsome man is holding such a glorious watch?
Jim leaves for his office. On the way out, he waves to the janitor, Sydney.
Good morning, Mr. Yang. Off to work already, are you?
I mustn't be late for work, Sydney.
No, sir. That's quite a watch.
It was my grandfather's. His perfect time.
It's quite remarkable.
Sydney, about my mailbox.
Oh, it says on it, Mr. James Dillingham Young, just like you asked.
That's just it. Perhaps it will be best if it just said, Mr. James D. Young.
Oh, no, sir. Dillingham sounds so distinguished.
Distinguished for a man who makes $30 a week, not for a man who makes a mere 20.
Another pay cut. Times are hard.
Yes, they are, Sydney. But whether 20 or 30 a week, I must be on time.
Jim and Della's apartment. Like Jim, Della's has only one treasure: her long, beautiful hair. Della and her neighbors sit together at the kitchen table.
85, 86, $1.87.
What's
No matter how often I count it, Miss Porter, the amount never changes.
Of course not, dear, but a penny saved is a penny earned.
And how I've earned these pennies, Miss Porter. I've learned to drive a hard bargain. The grocer, the butcher, the milkman, I think they cringe when they see me coming. I will take the worst cut of meat to save a penny. The bruised fruit to save two.
Don't you worry now, dear. Things will turn around for you too. I just know it.
But it's Christmas Eve. $1.87. What can I buy my wonderful Jim with $1.87?
Now, don't cry, Della.
Just then, Della happens to glance in the mirror. She watches sight of her long, beautiful hair rippling and shining like a casket of brown water. She stands for a moment. A final tear splashes on the warm carpet.
I have it, Miss Porter.
Della's face grows pale as she quickly arranges her hair into a bun.
Oh, Della, you mustn't.
I must. For Jim. For Christmas.
On goes Della's old brown coat and old brown hat, and with a wheel of skirts and a brilliant sparkle still in her eye, she flutters out the door and down the stairs into the street. On Broadway, moments later, Della arrives at Madame Sophie's hair goods of all kinds.
Will you buy my hair?
I do buy hair. Take off your hat and let's have a look at it.
Down ripples the brown casket.
What could be so important that you sacrifice such lovely hair?
I'd sacrifice anything for my Jim. How much is it worth?
Your hair? $20.
I will take it.
Her hair gone and $20 crumpled in her fist. Della rushes out onto the street.
Now, for Jim's present.
For 2 hours, Della ransacks the store searching for that special something.
He needs a new overcoat, and every day he goes off to work without gloves to warm his hands. But his gift must be something precious, something worthy of the honor of being owned by Jim.
She soon spots just the thing.
May I help you?
Might I see that watch chain?
Why certainly. Miss, it's platinum. A fine chain, but very expensive.
It's so perfect for my husband. With a chain like this on his watch, he could check the time in anyone's company. How much is it?
$21.
I will take it.
Jim and Della's apartment.
How bad is it, Miss Porter?
A pretty thing like you, you're adorable with or without your hair. We'll curl what's left of it. That's what we'll do. We'll curl it.
Within 40 minutes, Della's head is covered with tiny curls.
That's not so bad now, is it?
But when Della looks at her reflection in the mirror, she remains worried.
If Jim doesn't faint before he takes a second look, he will say I look like a truant schoolboy. A boy!
Now! Now!
But what could I do with the $1.87?
I'll go now, before Jim gets home.
Yes, you had better. It's never late.
Don't you worry now. It will be alright.
Oh, please, let him think I'm still pretty.
A moment after Miss Potter leaves, Jim steps in. Seeing Della, he freezes. He says nothing. He merely stands there with a peculiar expression on his face.
Jim, darling, don't stare at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold it because I couldn't have lived through Christmas without giving you a present. It will grow back.
But Jim continues to stare at Della. He seems to be in a trance.
You don't mind, don't you? Jim, my hair grows awfully fast. Jim, say something. You can imagine what a wonderful gift I have for you.
You cut off your hair.
And sold it. Don't you like me just as well anyhow? I'm still me without my hair, aren't I?
Jim looks around the room curiously.
You say your hair is gone?
Don't look for it. It's gone. I did it for you.
Don't make any mistake, Della. I don't think there's anything in the way of a haircut that could make me love you any less. But if you unwrap this present, you will see why you took me by surprise.
Della unwraps the gift and screams for joy, then cries aloud. For there are the crumbs, the precious tortoiseshell crumbs, and she is so long desired without the hope of ever having.
My hair does grow fast, Jim.
Jim has not yet seen his present. Della holds it out to him in her open palm.
Isn't it, Daddy? Jim, let's put it on your watch. I want to see how it looks.
Jim tumbles onto the sofa and begins to laugh.
Della, I sold a watch to get the money to buy your combs.
Now they laugh together.
Let's put our presents away and keep them for a while. They are too nice to use just yet. And now, suppose we have some dinner.
Today we've told you of two people who sacrificed their greatest treasures. You might think they are foolish, but in a word to the wise, let us conclude with these. Of all who give and receive gifts, these two were the wisest. They are the Magi.